Welcome to Linux Saloon, a place to discuss tech, open source, and ooh, my mic is a little bit hot. Where Linux is always on tap. Each show we have a talk about Linux projects such as a distribution, desktop environment, or application. We also chat about the news or any variety of topics from the community. Anything that is Linux, tech, and open source related is on the table for discussion. I'm Nate, fan of lots of things. And with me today, I got a great panel of people. I've got Dale, Full Scale for me, Mike, Ben, Jinda, Michael Tennell, and Mike Chilson. So there's a bit of a pattern here going on with the Mike. So how is everybody?
Excellent.
I can feel the enthusiasm. It's just pouring through the Discord voice
oozing
chat.
Of
oozing.
Discord.
Yeah, it's like
Enthusiasm.
spilling out of the keyboard onto my lap. It's really getting messy and how it's getting in here.
Yeah, it's so much, it's gross.
Yes, and so maybe if you guys could lighten it up just a whisker, that'd be great.
Yeah, just calm down, people. Calm down.
Yeah, let's try and keep it reasonable, I guess. Anyway, if you'd be so kind as hit that like button or subscribe if you haven't done so. Better yet, you can join this Discord voice chat event. The link is in the YouTube doobly-doo right there. And also, you can join the Telegram and Discord groups as well. We chat all throughout the week when we do things. Also, be sure to do the StrawPoll, cubicule8.com/polls, and do the latest. It's the latest StrawPoll that Eric's put together. It's how many computers do you have? More than one user account. I suppose 0 could be an option, but that might be more of a server type thing. So anyway, on the docket for today, it's we're doing an Application Appetizer Potluck, and probably some random discussions after that. But first, what are you doing in Linux and tech? I really wanted to share something, so I'm going to go ahead and chat a little bit more here as we kick the thing off because. Well, actually, Michael's here, which makes it great for Michael Tennell's here, which makes it great for this conversation. And so I want to talk about how I've set up my OpenSUSE Tumbleweed machines to be kind of a hybrid. I'm going to call it a hybrid atomic tumbleweed. And what might you say that is? So this is something Fedora's kind of been doing for a while now. If you look at a stock Fedora, and this is actually what spurred this. Was when we did Fedora a couple months ago. But what spurred this on was I really actually kind of like the idea of having all the updates stage, and then when you reboot, it does the updates and you reboot into the new system. And that's kind of how the Atomic system works. But the problem with Atomic is I'm not really a fan of the transactional updates and how you layer things together because sometimes things then break, and it's actually kind of strongly discouraged on some Atomic-like distributions. And so and you can do all the things through DistroBox and Homebrew, and you can do the things with Flatpak. You can make it all work however you want it to work. But I didn't like that workflow. It just didn't work for me. Didn't work well. And so I, after seeing how Fedora did this reboot to do updates, I noticed that Plasma on Tumbleweed. I don't know about GNOME. I didn't test GNOME out. Has the exact same thing. So taking that. Combining it with the Btrfs, copy and write snapshots it does, I essentially have now where I have the same sort of benefits, of like atomic updates, as in they all happen, at once, not piecemeal, and I still have all my flexibility. Maybe it's a little bit, I don't know, maybe be a little bit generous about the hybrid atomic, but it's close to that same sort of feel, and then when you reboot, you don't have any lingering packages like you can do. Many times I've done updates and then not rebooted and then ran into problems later on. In fact, probably 90% of my issues were from that. So this kind of keeps me from doing that. And then what I'm pretty close to the conclusion of that actually takes all the the little painful bits of Tumbleweed, I think, away from the user because you don't have to interact with the update process at all. It takes care of that. I don't know how it would work, if you do a long time with no updates. I don't know how that would work, but I'm actually really happy with this. I've been testing it for a few weeks. Published an article on cubicule8.com about the hybrid update, so you can check that out if you like. And I now that Michael Tennell is here, I have a question for you. What do you think of atomic versus traditional, and then maybe a hybrid of the two? Like, do you have any like additional thoughts? Are you rolling your eyes? I can't hear you rolling your eyes, so it must not be too bad.
No, I'm not rolling my eyes. I think that the idea of a hybrid is awesome. I feel like there's certain use cases where the atomic style, like Bazite and Bluefin and Kinoite and all that sort of stuff, is great because, like, if you give it to someone who's not very technical and they really can't mess it up, like they just can't break it,
Mhm.
and that is a very compelling use case. But
Right.
for people who are technical and want specific things to run that don't really work that well in an atomic style, it can be annoying. So in those cases, traditional is more practical. So it depends on like the user and how they see the system. Like if they see it as a product, then it's great to just have them use an atomic. But if they see it as like I want to play around and mess with stuff, then it kind of doesn't work. So the idea of a hybrid, I think, is fantastic. How it would technically work, I don't know. That sounds complicated, but I am curious about uh, how you structure it because there's also this one distro that I found recently, Raku OS, not Roku. It's Raku. It's Raku, and they kind of do something similar where it's a combination of traditional and high and also atomic. And I think that one's pretty interesting too. I haven't tried it myself, but I did cover it on Twill a couple weeks ago. So at some point I might try it. But anyway, conceptually, it's a cool idea.
So what I have is not an immutable setup. Just to be clear, it's still mutable. I mean, it's protected by root password. But the nice thing, at least the way Tumbleweed does its thing, is because it creates those snapshots. If I have a failed update, I can then automatically just reboot into the previous snapshot. It's right there in the boot process. So I get a lot of those benefits of the atomic deployments without the encumbrance. Not to say that, but encumbrance for me, not necessarily a common user. So
there are encumbrance for sure, depending on your use case. Like for example, I have issues with OBS inside of the atomic style because OBS Flatpak is not the best. Like it's cool, it does work, and for most people it works perfectly. But there are, if you're an advanced user of OBS and you want specific plugins that are not compatible with Flatpak, it can be a mess there. So in that sense, I do like to use a traditional system for that reason.
You mean Windows?
But how dare you? How dare you? I genuinely have not used Windows in a decade, and I am proud of that. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, we lost Steve to Windows because of OBS, so it can happen.
I have principles.
I think my time frame's about a decade too.
I use it almost every day at work. Not like primarily, but
I do that. Yes.
Yeah, but for home, no, I don't use it. I just frankly don't
do the updates. I do the updates and then I shut it right back down again.
Michael had to go. Well, no worries, he's a busy guy. What's that? Use it for work only?
I update it. Spend like an hour updating everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then and boot right back out of it.
Yeah, so
it's like a just in case of emergency, because there have been some times where I've needed Windows for some stupid reason.
Right, sure. Yeah, I use it for work, so I'm very familiar with the Windows update process. I've actually learned how to do updates without using the GUI. When like the GUI fails, you can do it in the terminal, command line, command prompt, whatever. And so there's So I will say Windows does work very well with the updates, but it has to be the slowest. Like there's not a slower system that does updates than Windows. I think. I really think it's miserably slow.
It's shocking. And even if you use like UniGet or chocolatey or like some unified way of managing, your installed applications. Like if you have 10, 15 updates, it takes forever. I mean, not having that sort of centralized, consolidated way to manage packages is just, and I know people say, oh, well, there's the store, but then why isn't everything through the store? Why isn't it as convenient or, is put together? So it's an afterthought, and that's really the reason. But yeah, I agree with you. It is the amount of time you spend managing your system, just the amount of time you spend dealing with drivers and hardware and software and updates and installing programs, and it's the amount of overhead is really something unbelievable when you don't do it on a regular basis. I think the truth is that whenever that's just how you use a computer and you're used to it, then that's just what it means to be on a computer and you don't see any difference. And then you use something like Linux where it's so much easier and you go, oh, this really sucks. But it takes you having that experience to understand that there is a difference. It's almost like there are times.
Uh-oh, I lost him. What if its bits fell out? Wait, that's not right. Oh, are you back?
It just rubber bands. It keeps doing it on me. I even uninstalled Flatpak and put on the deb package thinking that might help, but I don't know what it's doing. I may just try rebooting.
That's when it's computers. So the what I was going to say is the other thing too is, like, since I do manage a lot of Windows servers as well, it's always a white knuckle thrill ride every time you reboot a Windows server, because you have no idea how long it's going to be down. Sometimes it's like comes right back up. Sometimes it's like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's just sitting there and doing, please wait, don't shut off your computer while it's doing updates. Like, what are you doing? There's no progress bar. There's nothing. No indicator.
The worst is what is that utility, Nate, that you run from the command line that basically clears all the caches, the old Windows updates, all the all the unused DLLs? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the same one, but yeah, there's one that I use from time to time. It kind of clears things. It clears out like all this cached just garbage that it just hasn't hanging on to. Yeah.
Right. I tell you what, man. After you run that, do not expect that machine to come up within any less than 15 or 20 minutes.
I mean, 15 or 20 minutes would be nice.
No,
It has to reboot all the rebuild everything. Yeah.
Yeah. It's absolutely terrible. I mean, I have a friend I do some work for. They have a SaaS company, and I'll go through and run Windows updates for them. And it's just, I cleaned a bunch of them up because we're running out of disk space on some of them. And it was absolutely horrendous. I mean, some of them took as long as an hour to come back up.
Oh, yeah. No, it's bad.
It was terrible. Yeah.
So LinuxCast says, it would be nice to have a log to watch what it does. Yes, it would be, but I don't think they'll ever give that to you because, well, that'd be convenient for people. So that'd be nice. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, no,
I think.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I think there's a lot of fragility in terms of like the way that it installs software or updates software and has to check here, check there, has to make sure there's no blocking process, has to make sure that nothing can write there while it's doing what it's doing. And it's why you can't install multiple things simultaneously. But ultimately, I think there's the risk of breaking something is so high every time you do that, that's what it's doing, is like really going through so many
dependencies too. You can't install one thing without installing another first.
It's why, it's so fragile because of all of those pieces and the way that they fit together. So,
yep, and it's frustrating. Although I will say I've had real good success doing updates from 10 to 11 like that. I haven't had a machine. Well, okay, maybe that's a couple, but for the most part, I have not had a large number of machines break catastrophically doing that. So, I mean, there are it can do some things pretty amazingly. And at the same time, there's things it can't do very well. But anyway, the only reason I said all this was to loop it back. The updates in Linux, way better for the most part, even on a rolling distribution like Tumbleweed. And then having that atomic where it does the stages all of your packages and then you reboot into an update process, which can actually be more reliable, even because there's no running processes that it has to fight with. Although Linux is better about it anyway. And then rebooting into a working system, I think, well, that's still way shorter than the Windows update process, like way shorter. So that was the point of that.
Yeah, because
So
the time to get to like the network stack being up and running, and then the ability to SSH into the machine, and while other stuff is happening, I mean, because of the separation of concerns and the way that Unix was designed, and it's just better for those purposes. You can, and it actually sometimes I'll reboot a remote server and I'm like, it couldn't have rebooted that quickly. Like it was literally like 8 seconds. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
And if all it has to do is refresh the kernel, and pull those resources, and I mean, it's very, very efficient, very quick. So
it's actually funny you say that, because I have several Linux VMs, the servers that I have, and when I do, on patch day for those, it's literally does the updates, reboot it, and it's back up within seconds. So like the actual dip in uptime is so incredibly low for a clean reboot on those. And I'm sure there's ways to do it without rebooting, but
yeah,
no, it's just reboot it. It's fine.
Yeah,
but anyway, so I just thought it was kind of a neat. It was a neat like thought experiment, a neat bunny trail I went down with a whole hybrid atomic, which might be clickbaity, I admit, but I've had some conversations with Dale in this whole process over about a week or so, last week, as in kind of getting toward the end of this experiment, and talking about permissions to do that in Tumbleweed. And I think I need to test it again and then try it again to see if maybe there's something additional permissions that have to be set, or I don't know, maybe Plasma has some sort of an agent that's running that makes it happen.
I'm installing Tumbleweed on one of these back here for fresh install, and
okay,
I'm also going to test that.
Because the only one I added was Flatpak for doing Flatpak stuff as a user. That's the only one I changed. But you can also try adding Wheel if that doesn't work. Which Wheel is kind of a fun group. What is Wheel? It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, Wheel could be much more powerful than that name suggests.
Yeah, so I have it set to do some special permissions, so to make administration of my machine a little bit easier. Maybe not a good idea, but it works.
It's a group. I mean, you could make your own if you wanted to, if you want to be that, specific about it. But I mean, it does what it's intended to do. It is a way to contain permissions, and you can assign it to a user or more. Mm-hmm. And your initial thought earlier was, and that was my feedback too on the poll, was that I don't have multi-user systems in general. If you're not counting root and then a user, and it's not because it's not supported or anything like that. It's just that everybody tends to have their own devices, and mm-hmm. The day of like the family computer where everybody had their own login to the same system, back when you had to deal with that mess. I don't think many people do that, at least not in like, let's say, Western countries. I mean, I think that's still probably true in maybe developing countries, but
well, actually, that's a great segue. So, in the StrawPoll, how many computers do you have that have more than one user account? Now, like you said, back in the family computer days, when you had one like in the corner of the living room that was kind of, you could still watch TV while you're on it, talking about, you had the one like it's in the back, or is that just my house?
You got mail.
That's right. You had to turn down the modem sounds so that you didn't upset your parents, so they could watch the programs.
That's right. So they could kick you offline when you get a phone call.
That's right. Or they might actually, they might see. My father was a bit of a prankster, and so he liked to mess with people, and so he would sometimes just go, and
Was it star 70 to?
For the call waiting. I think I lost you again, Eric. Well, yeah, so anyway, I lost you again, Eric.
Yeah, I'm back. That was just 10 seconds of nothing. Thank you.
Star was it? There was like the star 70 was the call waiting thing, right?
Well, it was to stop call waiting, yeah, so that you wouldn't get kicked offline. It was either 67 or 70. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I can't remember either. It's been too long. So Leo says star 69, maybe. I thought that was like.
I thought 69 was to call someone back.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. So I think like today, if I had a desktop in the corner, I would probably still have multiple users. Okay, actually, I do. So the computer I have in the kitchen has multiple users. Only one is typically being utilized, but it does have multiple users. I do keep multiple users on my main system here only because sometimes I want to fall back and test something in another user account, if that makes any sense, and not mess up my primary user account. But only, and they're like, one is my name and the other is Cubicle Nate. So, so they're both me, I guess. Does anybody here do multiple accounts, multiple logins on the machines? Ben, how about you, Ben? You haven't said anything yet, so I'm just going to call you out.
So, shooting out my server, saying that that's still accounts. So I just threw a laptop over here.
So, hang on, Ben. You're coming in all broken. Unless maybe it's me. Is it just me, or is Ben coming in like there's a lot of interference?
His microphone does sound a bit off to me too, Nate. It's like it's all kind of messy.
I shall return them.
Maybe check the levels. Maybe it's overdriven.
It might be overmodulating.
No.
Better?
It's kind of now. It sounds like you're underwater.
Multiple users is how you check your template directory to ensure that the new users are getting the proper defaults.
Well, that sounds way better now. Congratulations.
Okay, I switched it to the webcam's mic, so
much better.
Okay, so he made a good point there. I probably should put multiple accounts on all my machines just to have like a backdoor into them. But this machine over here, the little laptop I have over here, is the only one that I put a second account on it because that's the one that my girlfriend Dawn uses. So I put a user account on that one for her too. I am thinking about like playing with like internal like domain controllers. We're looking at Zentio and Univention, and I'll definitely put multiple accounts on that just to play with it. But
what about you, full scale for me? Do you put multiple accounts on a computer, or is it just you?
Yeah. I use it for Samba testing so that I'm the SMB subject matter expert for MX Linux, so I have to check both same user, different users, and guest user.
That makes sense.
Directions.
It's
as I said before, it's also useful to checking your skeleton directory or your template directory that is used for setting the defaults for any new user created. I know there was somebody in the forum about 6 months ago. He was creating for his kids separate accounts, and they're both for their login privacy and also for sandboxing their access.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I think I remember years ago when my kids were really small, I did give them netbooks, but I just gave them. They just shared the same account on that one. So anyway, so there's a straw poll. I put a link in the YouTube thingy for the straw poll about how many computers do you have that have more than one user account. That does not include servers. So I have two comments. This is 4 people in the family. I am their IT support, so 3 computers, although all still have admin access. I still have admin access to all their accounts. So there's that. Definitely have more than 9 computers with multiple accounts each. There's another comment. And I think I do multiple accounts just for it. It's just for testing mostly. So I guess full scale for me probably pretty similar. What about you, Hip Dad? Do you have how many logins do you have on that computer you're staring at right now?
1. And
One?
only 1.
Okay.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's just me. I mean, now when Lenny used to have his own laptop, he would sleep on the laptop, but he would also make new folders and enter in text files inside those folders. So I don't know what he was trying to do.
Organizing information.
Well, I took the laptop away from him. Yeah.
What, Jinda?
Yes, Nate.
What on your computer you're using right now? How many user accounts do you have?
1 on every
One.
one of them.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. And then Mike Chilson. I'm curious on Mike's.
All of mine are just 1.
Okay.
If I need testing, I'll just use a virtual.
Oh, okay.
Set up a quick virtual and do a clean install. I'll tell you what I have been doing though, real quick, is I think we talked about this a few weeks ago or a month or so ago. I played around with hooking up a VT 220 terminal or emulated terminal to my Linux box to see what would happen.
Yes.
And guess what? You can do it. You need a
serial
modem cable. Yeah,
like serial to USB?
to USB. Yeah.
Okay.
And you need a null modem cable. And I actually found a little device on Amazon. It was a combination of you could turn null modem on or off on it.
Okay.
And it was the converter. So you can just use a straight through serial if that's all you got with it. But yeah, it works. You have to give that user, I think it's dial out privileges. Otherwise, you have to use root when you log in.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's cool.
It works. So you can run console apps. So
now, do you happen to have it hooked up right now?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't.
I was gonna say
no.
It'd be neat if you could like I'd be interested in seeing if you could run something like BTOP on it and how the terminal graphics or whatever would look on that, if it would be able to do that or not.
I ran HTOP on it, and it got confused with some of the ANSI colors because it's not an ANSI terminal.
Okay.
But if you had an ANSI terminal, which I think is, I can't remember what VT version started using ANSI. One of them did, maybe a 440 or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, you should be able to do it if you had that available. So mine's just an old 3170 green screen. So
yeah, I think it'd be neat to have one of those old terminals. You know, something that kind of looks like this pink thing here, just that look, and just have it, you know, be like for no real good reason other than just to do it. I guess that's really what it boils down to.
Right. Yeah, I was just interested to see if it would work, and it does.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to set up. I mean, it's just a couple of commands to set it up. So.
Well, I have to ask you a bunch of questions about that because I wonder what service do you have to run on your Linux machine? Just like a telnet, or what do you need?
No, you don't run anything. You start a service. I think it's like serial dash whatever the TTY number is of the terminal. and it actually will launch that service and listen on that port.
Okay.
Whatever, yeah, on that
So-
USB port.
So basically, you can launch a service per COM port.
Right.
Okay.
There may be a way, or there may be some third-party way to do multiple ones, like with a big serial card that has a bunch of ports on it. But, this is all just playing, obviously.
Right.
But, but it's quite interesting.
That's very cool. I find that intriguing for sure. Well, cool.
There's a little line you can put in your grub file that will actually send the boot message to the terminal too, if you want to see that. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What if you're running system deboot?
It's just gonna show you the boot process.
Okay.
As everything boots up. So, how sometimes you catch a glimpse of that.
Like when you hit escape or whatever, you get out of the Plymouth.
Yeah. Right. That's what it will show.
Oh, okay.
You can just all I did was I went on Grok and asked it how to set all this up.
Oh, okay.
And it was like 4 or 5 things, and that was it. So kind of interesting. And it works. That's the scary part.
Yeah. Or that's the cool part.
Well, that's true. And you can hook one Linux box up to another and use a terminal emulator. You can do that too. So
yeah,
if you wanted to.
But the neat thing is the whole using an old terminal to do it. That's the cool thing.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
What would you say was it? A VT what?
Well, I was running VT220 emulation on an IBM terminal. So I think it's a 31 or 3270. I think is what it is.
Okay, I know a 3270. I know 3270 very well.
Yeah.
IBM. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's got a little cartridge that you can put in the back of it that gives you a couple of different emulations. And I just happened to get that with the terminal, so that was kind of cool.
So I bet you could probably build one, like out of like an ESP32 or something that would just do that sort of a function.
Oh yeah.
I bet full scale for me has that ability.
Yeah, that's how the router guys get into the router when shit goes sideways and they can't get to it from the network.
Yeah, with a serial console. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, I bet Anna Rita, she would know too, because she knows all these things. So yeah, Anna Rita sent me a message how like she's actually become like a terminal pro, but she just doesn't want people to know this. Like she actually lives in the terminal now. She's like, GUIs are not for me.
That's funny.
Let's see if she responds to it.
I remember rebooting a terminal controller on a VAX during the middle of the day and hearing about 60 cheap chirps going through the workplace where each one got set a ping to wake up.
Was it noisy or was it a silent ping?
Oh, it was just chirp, 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 chirp. Everybody's like, what the hell's going on? They'd never heard that before. You usually only hear it when the user turns his terminal on in the morning and you hear one beep and there's silence for minutes.
Then to have everything just kind of go off. That'd be actually a lot of that. I think would be kind of cool, honestly. All right, let me finish up the StrawPoll here. So I guess credit goes to Eric Adams on this one, although he's not here right now. So how many computers do you have that have more than one user account? Number one answer is none. Number two answer, about 53%. And second place is 1. Third place, 13%. Second place at 20%. 13% in third place is 2. And then fourth and fifth are tied at 7% at 3, and then 9. Does that make sense? So none, 1, 2, 3, and 9. Oh, you know, I should just go and put it in here. Look at that. I forgot about this part. See, there we go. Now you can see it. So first place, none. Second place, 1. Third place, 2. And tied for fourth is 3 and 9. So if you have any suggestions, TextPing got no votes. If you have any suggestions for any sort of straw poll ideas, feel free to send me suggestions at linuxsaloon.com. I thought that was a fun poll.
I want to know who has 9 on their machine. 9 users on their machine.
That's a good
that has
question.
to be you, Nate. I
It's
bet
not.
it's Nate.
No. Not even my server has that many. It only has like 3 on the server. But anyway, well, good times. All right. Well, tonight is an application potluck night, and so and with that, the idea is that if you have any, since we couldn't decide on anything, which happens, and like basically bring an application, you know, to the conversation, something you're using, you're really excited about, that maybe that other people should give a try, and you know, and share it with the class. So the first thing that I wanted to, I'll kick it off with my, I can't really do a demonstration of this, but I can show you what the interface looks like. So I think I learned about it here. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But it's an application called Deskcreen. Now, I don't know if it's a good idea to share this, but it shouldn't be an issue because you can't do anything with my IP address anyway. Or you know, maybe I can do, I'll come in low. Oh, right. This way I can't see my IP address. I don't want people to start mapping out my, otherwise that would do it too. It doesn't matter, whatever. I'll keep it small so you can't actually pick that up. But if you look at the, the Deskcreen is a really cool application, so you can actually turn your phone or your tablet into another display. So let's say you're out somewhere, you don't have another screen, but you need like another something or whatever. You can take your phone and scan that QR code, or a tablet and scan the QR code, or you can just type in the IP address with the port and an additional path, a series of numbers, and then you can take that and it'll just so any computer, anything you can punch it in will work. You do have to open up that port to allow for traffic to go on there. And what is kind of cool is when you do this, it will. I don't want to do this because it could script my screen things. But what's neat is, like, let's say you're a digital nomad. Let's say you're like at somebody else's. Let's say you're visiting your mom or something, and you're kind of hanging out with her. Maybe you got to watch her for a while because she's elderly and she needs some additional care. This could happen maybe tomorrow, and I need an additional screen, but I forgot let's say my screens, and I happened to bring a tablet with me. I could set up the tablet as an additional screen. The latency is actually pretty minimal because it's it's like kind of some sort of a so it's like WebRTC or not WebRTC. WebRTC, is that what it is? Method for transmitting your visual data. And so yes, there's a little bit of latency to it, but it's kind of like if you do like remote sessions, whatever. It's about like that. And I'm actually really impressed with it, and it's something to consider. There's different ways to go about it as far as doing this, but this seems like to be the cleanest way to do this. Now, one of the issues that I've had with it is if I go to do this automatically, Plasma basically it'll tell Plasma it wants to give you the option to do a virtual screen. There's no way to customize that virtual screen. At least I not the last time I used it, but I've had some updates since then to Plasma, and so you get like a 1920 by 1080 screen, and that to me is not most ideal for sometimes you have like an iPad, like an old iPad or whatever. It's not going to be that screen ratio. It's going to be like a 4:3 ratio, or if you have a phone, it's not going to be that ratio either. So you'll get some letterboxing on the sides. But so my workaround for that was using the KRFB virtual monitor command. Details on that, I'll put it in the show notes. But you can then set a resolution and also a port for if you want to connect to it via VNC or whatever. It's up to you if you want to do that. And there you go. You can have an additional virtual screen. I think it's really cool. I don't use it all the time, but I use it enough where I like to keep it installed and ready to go. I'll have links. I'll have links to that in the show notes, of course, and I'll put a link to it right here. So if you want to check that out. Oh wait, Jinda already took care of it. Look at that, Jinda. Thank you so much. And but yeah, so Anna, it will turn your tablet or cell phone, whatever you want, into a computer screen. I mean, there's going to be latency, absolutely, but I think it's better than no screen. So anyway, pretty cool. So highly recommend you check that out. It's a neat thing. Doesn't take much, and yeah, community edition's free. They have a paid version as well. So if you want to support it, you can get the pro. Anyway, so that was my contribution to the potluck. Did anybody have anything they want to share? I know Ben, you said you had an application that you want to share.
Yes. I've been working on a a script or two to build ISOs of my personal Gentoo and LFS setups. One called StormFS Builder, the other one called StormG. And what it does is if you download it to your computer, regardless of what distribution you're on, it will download my personal XFCE configs for you and put them into an ISO that you can install with all my custom settings, etc. And just same defaults that I think would look pretty good for, a personalized Gentoo or LFS desktop. And the one caveat to this is it doesn't install through Calamaris or any GUI niceness. It installs in, kind of like an Arch install kind of thing, where it's a TUI, a command line installer. So, when you boot the ISO after you run these scripts, like I said, it's a terminal install. It's not a GUI. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do a GUI version of this yet, and I don't know if I even will, because I've tried that in the past with like Calamaris or something. It's a living nightmare to try and do that with Gentoo or Linux from scratch. So I would honestly say, if you guys want to try this out, I would not recommend putting a GUI installer on top of this, because honestly, I just can't make that work. And I would not recommend seeking that either. So regardless, I will be putting I did just put the links or the scripts up on my SourceForge for those who want to check it out. And I will be putting a README up there very shortly as well. So yeah, for those that, might need a little bit extra help with that. Now, I am going to say this. Sorry?
Do you have a link for that so we can share it?
Yeah, I'll shoot it. I'll do it right now. Let me go find it. I'll put it in Saloon text chat. Hold on.
Perfect.
But yeah, the README is going to be posted here shortly, and in the same folder, and it's in a folder on my SourceForge called Scripts, and I gotta go find it. They should be posted by now. Oh, and another thought to mention: these scripts will not be taken over my main project. These are just little side little things that I've been working on over the past couple weeks and that kind of thing. So, just a moment. StormG.
Cool.
And I figured this would be easier than building two entirely separate ISOs myself.
All right, so I see.
Yeah.
Yep, I see two of them. Okay. Got it.
They're the scripts, and rather than me supporting two entirely separate projects, these are just separate project ISOs. These are just for fun.
Well, that's what Linux is about, having fun.
Yes,
for sure.
And that's just my little contribution to the show tonight. So yeah,
beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. And I have yet to run through these actually on my new computer that I just got, but I will be doing that after the show tonight, and we'll be taking a look at that. And, because right now I have CachyOS Arch on my system, but that will be probably replaced after the show tonight with Storm, and then will be running through my scripts after that. So yeah. So that's where that's going.
So I want to bring up something Anna Rita said to check
Miss
out.
Anna Rita.
Yes, Miss Anna Rita, the terminal queen of the chat. So she said to check out, and I have yet to try this out. So something called SteamLink. I think that's yeah. That's where Steam Remote Play. And that's where you can play your Steam games on your phone or tablet. So you can control schemes optimized for hundreds of top titles. To install your favorite, install SteamLink from your favorite app store. So it supports iPhone. So Anna, what does Anna have? Does she got an iPhone? She says be right back. Windows, Linux, Mac OS, Meta Quest 2, 3, and Pro. That's kind of cool. So does anybody here have used SteamLink?
Nope.
No.
No, I only have one game that I play on my phone, and that's Blatro, and I got that as a separate app. I also play it on my computer through Steam.
So it delivers real-time video encoding over a custom low latency network protocol. When you play games in remote play, video and audio are sent from your game PC to another device. Remote input and multiplayer voices are sent back to the game PC, all within milliseconds. For more information, see the Steam link in remote play. Well, that's actually kind of cool. I'm going to put that. I'm interested in. I've never actually tried this. I know it existed, but I've never actually given it a shot.
SteamLink hardware? Uh-oh.
Let's look at that. So computer running Steam, Windows 7 or newer. So look at that. That opens up the pretty wide.
Right.
A SteamOS on
Okay,
Linux Ubuntu.
Steam. Right.
So 720p or 1080p
Oh,
resolutions.
okay, that's just the hardware that it requires. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the receiving one, not the actual one doing the processing.
Right.
So it'll support Steam controller, Microsoft Xbox, Sony DualShock, probably the DualSense as well, I'm guessing. Huh. Oh, with the power your Steam Link with the power adapter, plug it in. Oh, maybe is the Steam Link another thing? Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, so it can actually be an Android device or Samsung TV or Raspberry Pi. That's interesting.
Or the LG TV, so you can see more advertisements.
Yeah, and then they can also take pictures of you periodically too, I'm sure.
And, yeah. That's why mine's not connected to the internet.
So Anna says Steam Link is software, no hardware. Software, Flatpak Steam Link. Okay, there's always a Flatpak. Let's see, let's go to FlatHub here.
Wow.
We're learning all kinds of things tonight.
Now I might try that. I've got the monolith, and I've got the One Piece. I might try it on one of those.
Okay.
It'd be kind of cool to play my Steam games that I have on this computer on the other computers for giggles. But I got a lot of cleaning up to do from upgrades I did to my computer.
Well, that's interesting.
And stuff.
Huh. Oh, it's by Valve, and it's verified. So Valve's not going to do anything dirty, I guess.
What's the standard keybind for enlarging your text in a terminal?
I do Control Plus.
Oh, Control Plus. Okay, that's where I was making a mistake. Okay. I was doing Control Up arrow. Did that work?
Now I'm going to watch. Now I'm watching what you're doing.
first. Nope, that's not working. Fish doesn't do it.
Hold control and like do the wheel up, like on your mouse.
Okay, let's try that.
It's not gonna be. It'll be specific to your terminal program that you're running.
Yeah, that's the thing is I've never really used Fish, and it's the default with Cache. So
No, well, no, it's not Fish because I use Fish too, and that works. But I use console. So what is it using for the?
This is Fish in Kitty.
It must be Kitty then. That's I don't know Kitty.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So there might be some bindings in there that are not.
Yeah, I just wanted people to see what I was typing when I talked about the application I like. So.
Oh, you can try installing console because it looks like you're using a KDE distribution.
Well, no, I mean I've got Terminator, but
do you have console?
Yeah, I got console.
If you do console, I know it'll work for that.
There we go. Try that. Okay.
Try installing console. Now do your plus, control plus.
There we go.
See? Console's just better.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna.
All right. So what are you gonna be sharing with us? So we do a
PacUI.
Okay, can we just a second here?
I shouldn't have to do the bash on this one. Oh no, I still have to do the bash. It's weird. I never had to do the bash prefix before.
Ryzen 9 5900X. Look at that. Hot dang.
Oh.
64 gigs. I'm looking at your specs here. See.
Okay.
GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. So you're using the open source NVIDIA driver. How's that working for you?
Fine. I didn't even know that I was using the open source one regular until about a month into Cache. I was like, oh, okay. I guess Cache runs it by default, as far as I know.
Well, you got the helm, so
yep.
Fire away. I got you supersized here.
Okay, it's PacUI. Okay.
Okay.
And it's a terminal it's TUI, and it's you can update the system, install packages, maintain system, remove packages and dependencies. You got a whole bunch of the most common thing I do is update my system, install packages, remove packages. Fix Pacman errors is basically where it goes through your mirrors and your repositories and stuff like that. But you can also.
I figured you'd have to use that one all the time.
No.
Yeah.
I very rarely use the.
Oh, I figured that's probably like a daily. I'm just poking at you. That's all.
Yeah, I know. I'm poking right back at you by acting like I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The thing that you got to be real careful in a lot of things on this, like force update AUR, with the way AUR has been being attacked and stuff lately, don't do that. Rollback system, I've never really done that. Edit config files, never really mess with that much because I'm not really into the config stuff too much. I did it for a little bit, but like the V, here's all my AURs.
Oh.
It's the only things that I have installed through the AUR.
So crossover is an AUR, huh?
I would think that, and it's actually verified. I mean, not verified, but they.
Is it from Codeweavers directly?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because Codeweavers, I think they have an AUR option.
Where's the? Well, it doesn't really. Let me see. Installed size, build date.
Oh, I guess I don't. I was wrong.
What?
They have for Linux, they have Ubuntu, so Deb and RPM, and then other.
Yeah. Right, which I can't use. I mean, you can do. They do have a run file. You can do the sh run and
Uh,
install it that way, but it tends to complicate things. And once I found that it was in the AUR and it was actually reliable, because I can go in Maintainer's Roadrunner. I think I know he is a dev for Code Weavers, I believe, because I participate in the IRC still for Code Weavers. Very little activity there, but I do remember seeing his name. Yeah, I mean, I can go in, I can update it, and then I go in to crossover if I have to re-input my license in there to get it to work and not be a trial. That works just fine. Yeah, so. But my most common thing I do is do the update. Now here's something that I run across that I don't know if anybody else does in Arch, but this thing where it says that my files are newer than the ones that's in the repository. And I haven't installed anything Pipewire separate from the repositories that KDE provides.
I don't really use Arch, so I've not run into that.
Oh, I got a Thunderbird update. Got all kinds of updates.
Well, I think I should try Arch again.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and see if I can get out of this.
I would honestly recommend it, Nate, because, you know, a stock Arch install with the Arch script, Arch install isn't that bad. And plus, it allows you to pick any desktop, including KDE, inside the script. It's really easy. It's pretty cool.
Well, I just want to try it. I'm not going to run like I'm not going to like production run it. I would never do that.
Yeah.
So you're not on Arch, you're on KDE, but isn't so the blue bubble says you're not on Arch, you're on KDE, but isn't KDE just lipstick on Arch?
Pretty much, yeah. In my opinion. Yeah. Yeah.
So
but I like the selection to install programs and stuff. You know the name of your program, just put it in there in the list and it goes through. Give me a program that you recommend I run. Let me see.
Bitwarden.
Bitwarden. That might be in the AUR.
No, it's through the extra. KDE's got a lot of things that most Arches don't. So it's in the KDE Extra version 3 repository. Yep. So yeah, you can. It's got all the different versions, but the other thing I like about like the install area and everything, you got a good description of where it's from. Repository AUR. You got it's pretty extensive. Now I have learned something concerning concerning AUR. I think my headset's getting ready to fail. So if you're talking and I'm not hearing, I'm sorry.
No, I haven't talking. We're just listening.
Well, with the AUR, if you want, I found that the most reliable programs that you install from the AUR are the ones that are either bitwarden-bin or bitwarden-git. None of the other pyro git, menu git, fuzzy, all that. Just because me and Arch Penguin used to have a problem with the I just had a brain fart. With OBS, the virtual camera wouldn't work. And I did an experiment one night and said, well, let's try the Git from the AUR. And it worked. And it hadn't worked for months using the regular repositories and stuff. So, yeah. But it's a pretty extensive program. Now, you can get in trouble with it, but because this one here, like if you go and do let's just do it for giggles, just so you can see it. You do M, and this is maintain the system. And see, here's all the updates. It goes through the updates. See, now here's the Pipewire things. Now it's wanting to install them. But I'm sketchy about it because this also goes in and removes orphan packages and stuff. And I don't trust it. So, I mean, I have ran it all the way through, and now that I see this Pipewire stuff might be fixed with it, I might go ahead and
this
try
cache?
it. But at the same time, if you look at it, it says the old version is 8-11 and the new version is 8-1. So, yeah, that's not the new version. That's the old version. So, yeah, that's where you don't trust it.
So just to be clear on that, doesn't Cache have ButterFS with a rollback, snapper rollback?
I didn't do ButterFS.
I thought it had that by default.
Well, it did, but I didn't. I unchose it and took extension 4. I know, Torio. Okay, so I'm not going to do. See, here's where it has the orphan package things. It's wanting to remove Rust, Wayland protocols. I'm like, wait a minute, I need those. But this has also happened in the standard cache update. See how it does this? It's potentially unneeded packages, but it does default to no, so I'll give it that credit.
So I think you kind of missed the boat on that one. So by default, CacheOS does use ButterFS as a default file system with the snapper rollback. So by default, it has the subvolume layout and then this snap pack by default. So Snapper automatically creates snapshots before and after every Pacman transaction. So if, let's say, you did mess it up, all you have to do is roll back, and then it'd be like it never even happened.
Right. I mean, the PacUI has a rollback too.
No, but I'm saying, let's say you did an update that basically messed up everything, then you could still get back in your system with the snapper.
Oh, okay.
So that basically, right at boot, you could go into a snapshot that you didn't mess up, and then.
Oh yeah, that's what I did. I used to do that with time shift with using extension 4. I did that a couple times when I first started using Arch in the beginning, when I was using Arco Linux. I used that a couple times and it saved my butt.
Yeah, well, this is actually built. It's not a separate application. It's built right into the file system. So ButterFS has is copyrighted file system. So the overhead is almost non-existent, and then you can create multiple snapshots. So right from Grub or System Deboot, if you run that, you can go right into a previous snapshot. So apparently, basically, there's 3 distributions that do it by default, which is OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, or OpenSUSE Lipa and Tumbleweed, I guess. You have CacheOS, which does that by default, and then Gruda as well.
Yeah, my headset finally died. Let me find. Well, yeah, I let my mom use my USB-C cable extension at the nursing home, so my long one in there. Oh, there, I can hear you now.
Sweet. Oh. Well, that's pretty cool. I've never seen the PacUI before. That's kind of neat. I like TUIs. I think TUIs are fun.
Yeah, well, it is a bit of a tedious thing to get it installed and working. You have to follow the directions to a T. You can't sidestep, you can't shortcut. You just got to follow the directions. And if you follow the directions, it works. Now, there hasn't been any updates for it. It doesn't like update when you update system. Yeah, it's pretty much. I haven't updated it. Well, I checked one time to look at the versions, and it's still the same version from 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Is there not like an automatic way to install it in Cache, or is there a different tool then besides PacUI then, or
No, you have to go to Git.
okay?
Let me see here. There's a oh, come here. There we go. Yeah, it's on Excalibur. It's it's at GitHub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the instructions are pretty extensive and easy to follow.
Well, that's not too bad then.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you have to install a lot of dependencies first before you install the actual PacUI. So, but if I can do it, anybody can.
Yeah, that's what smart people say.
I vaguely remember that PacUI. I used to use it when I remember it would come in the Manjaro repos, but it wasn't in the vanilla Arch repos.
Right.
And I thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah. I pretty much swear by it. It's what I use to update and stuff and remove packages and all that. So, I mean, I never have messed with list packages by size. I did use force update AUR a couple times when I was running Arco Linux and trying this out for the first time. Didn't really kill anything, but it just wasn't a useful tool.
Now, did you make sure you don't have any of the corrupted AUR things?
Well, yeah, when I did the list, when I did this, I looked and compared to the list that they had online, and none of mine were there. Now, the funny thing is the geocode, it keeps telling me that it's not available in the AUR anymore. But there it is.
Yeah. What does geocode
Oh, wait a
do?
minute. Here it is. Error package geocode lib was not found. So yeah, it's not there. Geocode, I believe it's similar to geolocation. Let me see. Oh no, it's a helper library for geocoding services. Yes, I have no idea. What's a depend? Libsoup, never. Oh, weather app.
Okay.
Yep. Which I do like the default Plasma weather app. It's better than Mouseham. Mouseham was always locking up on me.
It's been a while since I've run Arch, but could it be that they made a new package, just gave it like a new name or something?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really mess with it because of the fact that I don't have anything that's not working. And now that I found out that it's for the weather app, and I probably researched this before, it doesn't affect my weather app. My weather app works fine.
So Blue Bubble in chat says you need to install geocode-glib. And maybe that's already installed. Maybe that's already installed from mainline repositories.
Try the console again here. And let's go to the what is this not supported? What? GI equals 0 not what? Okay, whatever.
No idea.
So is this a tool that comes with CacheOS? I might have missed some details earlier.
What, the PacUI?
Whatever this TUI is, yeah.
PacUI? No, it doesn't. You got to get it from the Git.
Do you have a link to that?
Oh, okay.
That Git. So
Yeah,
I put in.
grab it here.
Just put it in the Discord chat. That would be groovy.
There you go. Okay, now
Cool.
to do what you need to install geocode dash glib. Okay, let's take a look at this.
So this will work on any Arch-based distributions?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a tool specifically for, is it for everything or just the AUR?
No, it's for everything.
Okay, so every all package management, but just Arch-based packages, so AUR or Arch.
Yeah,
Whatever
right.
packages.
So you, like this one, the one that he was telling me about in the chat was geocode dash glib. See, it's in the cache repository.
Okay.
So let's take a look down here and look for that error. Okay, the error's not there. So let's go ahead and do our thing. Now, if you want to install multiple packages, you just tab and mark the package you want to install, and then go down and get the other packages you want to install and mark them, and then hit enter, and it installs. Or you can just double click.
So according to, I'm probably gonna mess this up, but Anne Rewinds, CacheOS has a GUI version package manager called Shelly.
Yeah, I got Shelly on here. It comes by default with cache.
Does Shelly do all of this as well, or?
It does, yes, it does, except you don't get the output as much.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like this right here is telling me there's an error. So that's from, yeah. So it's still an issue.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, let's see here. I can show you Shelly real quick.
So,
Arch days, yeah.
Also, another popular TUI for Arch-based package manager is called PacSeek. Have you tried that one?
I think I looked at it once a while back.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at but I haven't. I've basically been a tried and true PacUI person for a while.
Okay. Well, that's pretty neat. Well, thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
What else? Anybody else have anything they want to share on this application appetizer potluck edition? It's a potluck edition without the hot mayonnaise salad that's been sitting out in the sun for 6 hours.
Ew.
So not inclined to give you the another gift later on.
We don't want to talk about that. I ate White Castles earlier.
Oh, Taco Bell, huh?
No.
Yeah, I got one, Nate.
Ooh, do share.
Okay. LocalSend. Everybody in this chat knows about it. But
Yep.
for people who are fairly new to Linux, this is probably one of the best utilities you can load on your Linux box, on your workstation. And what it allows you to do is to transfer files and clipboard objects and so forth between devices on your local LAN. So if you have photos on your phone, you don't have to hook the phone up and download them. You can just run the app, go pick the photos, send it to your workstation or your home computer, and they will dump into a directory. It's very simple to use. Just in the last week, I've recommended it to 2 people, and they were just like ecstatic about how easy it was to set up and how easy it was to use. So,
and War Thunder agrees with you. He says LocalSend is awesome. I don't know if you can see, but I do have it on the screen right now. LocalSend is something I'm a regular user of LocalSend. Well, not occasionally, maybe not regular, but I use it anytime I need to transfer things that I don't want to have create a direct association with.
Right.
I just want to maybe send somebody a file. It's kind of like AirDrop for everybody else, but better.
Yeah.
And also, what's really neat too is you can also send. Not only can you send files, you can send an entire folder. You can also send text or even whatever's in your paste bin. So I've used that a lot. I use it actually at work for setting up these Workday tablets for employees as a new time tracking system. to punch these their numbers in, whatever. And in order, we had to put this key on there that was a ginormous key, and so I'm like, I am not typing this out. And the Workday folks didn't really have a solution for me, but I didn't need one. I just used LocalSend, so I could copy the all the links and everything I needed there, and then when I generated its fingerprint or whatever, its key, then I would send it back over to the computer, put it in a spreadsheet so they could then put it on their system. It was a very clunky method of setting everything up, but LocalSend made it work very, very, very well. So yeah, no, I absolutely think,
Right.
I want to say it was actually on Linux Saloon sometime back, probably from Eric or maybe it was you. I don't know. Somebody
Yeah, we talked
recommended
about it once.
Yeah. Somebody recommended
But
LocalSend.
it's available. Yeah, it's
It was
available for Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS. It also encrypts everything during the transmission, so that's kind of cool. And again, you don't have to connect to anything outside your LAN. It only connects to other devices within your local area network.
Right.
Yep.
Now, is there a firewall workaround? Because every time I use it, I have to disable my firewall.
Well, yeah, you
Yep.
just add the ports, that you need,
Okay.
and say only allow this from your internal IP network. I'll show you the rule. Hold on, let me see here. Find mine.
Can I send stuff to my Wii U?
If it runs Linux.
So they need
fun.
The Wii U is an underappreciated video game system, but yeah, no, it's a really easy setup. I think you can set what port you want. I believe. Let's say I don't want.
You can. You can.
Yeah, so it's by default. I think it's port 53317.
Right.
So you open up that port. I don't know if it's UDP or TCP. I just did both, and then only when you're on a trusted network. So if you consider network trusted, then you can put it on that one.
Yeah. So if you look, I in the chat, I just posted like the port number, allow, and I'll only allow it from an internal network. So.
Yeah, it looks like full scale for me. It says TCP and UDP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they say that when you're setting it, when you're in the setup instructions in the documentation. Yeah. But it's super simple on every platform. You can get it in the app stores for the phones.
Right.
I tell you when I use mine so much is like if I'm talking to someone on the phone and I have a URL I need to send them that's on my computer, I just send it via local send to my phone, and then it paste it in the clipboard and I just text it to them. So handy utility.
Oh, for sure. It's a really good one.
So I got something, Nate.
You do? Yes, absolutely. Hang on 1 second. Let me just capture the time real quick. All right, go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. So I will paste it in the chat on the side here.
Okay.
The website called Tiny Tool Town. Pretty neat. It is specifically a website that aggregates very small vibe-coded tools that people release. They're all open source. I think most are probably Windows, but they're various platforms. Some are on Linux, some are on Mac, Windows, all of them. And they're all like these little utilities that people vibe coded just because they needed them. They're not products. They're not meant to make a bunch of money or anything. They're not platforms. They're all just these little utilities and little tools that people vibe coded because they just needed them. And a fun fact about the website is at the top right, next to the GitHub icon, you can see where you can change it to light mode. And if you click it again, it changes to GeoCities mode.
Nice. Oh, that's by far the best one right there. We're gonna leave it there.
Therapist.
Yeah,
it was short.
It's pretty awesome. And so there's like a bunch of these really cool tools.
Wait, does it have a web?
Linux, some for cloud stuff.
Oh, look at this. This is awesome right here. There's no web ring though.
The GeoCities mode is great.
Yeah, how do you get a web ring?
It needs a guest book. Yeah.
Yep.
But there's a browse at the top, and then you can like kind of search through them, and it's a really cool site. There's a lot of neat stuff in there. Like obviously they have 545 tools right now. There's all the different tags for various types of tools you might need. Some are silly games, like the Windows 95 screensaver maze. Like a
Yes,
silly
I saw that
game.
one.
There's some genuinely useful stuff. If you're a cross-platform person, you'll find a lot of value out of this. There is some Linux stuff in there. There's some developer things. There's cloud tools. There's AI tools. Just the whole idea is that people made these tools not because they were trying to make money or whatever. They just made them because they wanted them to exist. And here's a place that they can all share them, right? And so if any of you, vibe code or just create some random tool for yourself, and you just think who else maybe people will want this, even if you don't think they'll want it, just upload it to GitHub and submit it to the site, and people grab your little tool. It doesn't have to be extravagant, it doesn't have to be incredible. It's just this, even if it just does this one little thing that you do, might be useful for a bunch of people. So it's a cool site to highlight those types of things.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh man, I really miss this era.
Right. And so there's there was a tool for like Windows desktops where you could just drag the window to the side and it'll like pop up a thing to add it to another virtual desktop, and just little things like that, little utilities that people use. Maybe something that's helps them with doing something in their cloud environment, Azure, AWS, whatever. Developer thing, just any number of tools. It's pretty neat. I like this site.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
So yeah, it's Tiny Tool Town.
So okay, obviously the that was fun, the maze, but is there anything like maybe we should look at in here? Do you think we should actually like seek down?
So they do have a Linux tag. I think it's on the third row on the left there. These are just ones that they specifically tagged with Linux.
Okay.
There's like a task tracking Pomodoro thing in there. There's this thing called List. It's an advanced terminal file viewer or something.
Okay.
You have anything in there, Adam?
I have not submitted anything now. I only recently discovered this. This was featured by, so it was originally created by Scott Hanselman, who works over at Microsoft. And he was talking about it during a build conference talk that they were giving. And so I thought it was really neat. And it's, it's not Windows, even though the guy works for Microsoft, it's not Windows specific, right? It's just about building cool tools with either on your own or with AI, and just because you need it, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, there's like a AI powered per app noise suppression for Pipewire in there called Broadcast. And part of the site's kind of rules is that all of the stuff you submit has to be open source. It can't, so none of these are services, none of these are freemium, with a paid tier. Like all this stuff is open source.
That's pretty cool. So this is where Steve's very own needs to start submitting his things in.
Yeah, why not? It's actually funny enough, there's a tool in here. It's a CLI tool for submitting to Tiny Tool Town. So we got a bit of a meta thing going on there.
Kind of an inception thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat thing. And none of these are like incredible, like big apps and suites of things or whatever. It's just those little things you make for yourself to make that one little thing a little easier or better, and why not share it?
Yeah, I think that's great. I like that. I like this whole thing. I guess the only thing that an OpenSense firewall interface. Look at that, a widget.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
This is like a tray app for OpenSense. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, my mouse is a house. I just
Yeah.
want to make it bigger. Oh no, just.
Or if
Something that-
any of you guys with like cloud platforms, Azure, AWS, etc. There's various tools in here for helping with those. There's some markdown tools for like parsing certain things, and like there's a ton of little bits of stuff. And I know like Mike, you work on a markdown editor. Like some of these little tools for like the markdown could you can either use that tool or be inspired to add that sort of functionality. And I think that kind of sharing is
Sure.
pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Here we go. I need to put this on something.
And yeah, I'm 100% behind if you make a website, have a GeoCities mode.
Man,
just get your agentic coding to just make a GeoCities mode.
Nate and I were just talking about that the other day. I was adding some, basically some little tags at the bottom of all my open source projects to look at the other open source projects. And he was like, "Oh, look, it's Webbering," So that was kind of cool.
I think we bring back
nice
Webbering.
under construction GIF in there or something,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's neat, Adam.
Yeah.
See, now look at this now. Like this just bores me now.
Yeah, right. You can't go back to like the normal mode after seeing GeoCities.
Yeah,
although it's a rainbow. The button is a rainbow.
Yeah. I think the day it's probably being interfered with by this. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the dark reader, yeah. But
yeah.
So yeah, my contribution.
Oh, that's really neat. Ooh, a break timer. It doesn't say what it's for though.
So you can see the view releases. Yeah, that should either send you to the
What?
releases, or you can go to their GitHub and find out how they. Some of them have releases, some of them don't. So you might just have to go to the GitHub itself.
No, runs on Windows, Mac, and Linux. I don't know why, but I get a big kick out of the out of terminal applications lately.
They're neat.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about them. Can run this one on. Was that? I'm sorry.
Been using a WinGet. There's a WinGet TUI. So there's like a terminal user interface for WinGet. So the package manager on Windows. I've been using that. It's really neat. It's really good.
WinGet TUI.
Just the little. Yeah. You can look. You can do a search for it if you want. It's WinGet-TUI.
Yep, I got it up.
And it's actually there it is actually. Yeah, it's on there. So yeah, it's a really nice like terminal interface for installing applications on Windows through WinGet.
I might play with this one for sure. I might play with this one for sure. That was dumb.
All your stuff,
I will play with this one for sure. Now, can you do? Can WinGet also manage, manage your software that's already on there? Like, so instead of having to go into like settings, installed apps, can WinGet manage those as well?
So if it, that I'm not sure. So if you install it via WinGet, obviously, I'm not sure if it will pick up things outside of WinGet. I never really tried. I would imagine. Let me see real quick. I can give you an answer. So I installed Steam from Steam, like from Steam's package, not from the store.
Okay.
And that shows up in here. So there are things that I installed outside of the store that did show up in here.
So for the reason I'm asking is it's been deprecated on Windows, but are you familiar with the WMIC command?
Yeah.
So you can manage applications with that, but now Microsoft wants to use their PowerShell instead, and their PowerShell is like a impossible to remember sequence of things. It's like a what you can do in like a line in WMIC takes like 6 in PowerShell.
trying to remember which one you're referring to. What commandlet you're referring to?
So actually,
Is
I'll
it a
just put
sim
like,
instance? The get sim instance thing?
well, I'll just put it right here
Yeah.
in the I'll just put it in the chat here for Discord. So like
Yeah,
this,
if you're referring to the get CIM instance, yeah, it's a bit different.
so
But it's ultimately actually better. PowerShell being an object-oriented shell, you actually get a lot more. You get more data-driven than just command-driven.
Sure, and I understand that, but the issue is, if let's say I just wanted to take and remove type VNC off of a computer, rather than going to doing a remote session, I can just type this command in there, which is WMIC product where name equals type MIC, and then put the name of it, and then call to uninstall it, and then it just does it. Now that's been removed by default now on Windows. But if I would do the same thing with PowerShell, it's extremely complicated to do. So I have to go. So
so it's like
get CIM instance Win32 product, pipe it to where object, and then just bracket name like type VNC, and then it's like this really big long thing to do it in PowerShell. I'm just like, you know what?
So you know what? You know what you could do?
What's that?
You could vibe code a tiny tool to translate WMIC commands into get sim instance.
I could, except then I'd have to install that
tiny tool
on all the different Windows machines, or I could just install WMIC back on them, even until Microsoft finally kills it.
See, now you're thinking backwards again.
Yes. Yeah, so you need to write a PowerShell script that goes and installs it on every machine that doesn't have it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, if you have like SCCM or System Center or something, you could just have like those deploy it, right?
I could. Yeah, I could just push it out through the domain, through our Active Directory. We'll know the global policy. Yeah. Or I could just use WMIC until it's dead. Be like, you know what? Like, I am not a fan.
Are you executing the WMIC commands on the box itself and not remotely?
No, remotely on the box.
So they're over WinRM.
No, I'm using an RMM tool called Ninja One, so everything is on that. So I just go. If I have to like managing things differently from one machine to another, I can just open up a command prompt on that machine and then do whatever, and then I don't have to actually interact with the person. Say, hey, I need to do something on your computer, whatever. I can just do it remotely. So sometimes
you can continue to use the deprecated interface, or you can get with me later and I can help you fix this.
Okay. So the the other thing is, like, sometimes the automatic patch management just doesn't work, and so I have to manually intervene. That's why.
Yeah, that's fair. Or just learn get sim instance.
What's that?
Or just learn get sim instance. It's also an option.
Yeah, that's what I was using, get sim instance. That's what I was learning how to use, and I wanted to like start. You know the old GIF where the guy gets like pounds on his keyboard, then slams monitor.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt when working with PowerShell for like, because I'm like, I need to learn the new way of doing this. And after spending like 30 minutes, and then it failed, and I didn't do anything right, and it failed. I even used AI to help me with it, and then it wasn't quite right. I'm like, you know what? WMIC, blah blah blah.
So I can tell you. Done. Fun fact. It takes a while to get used to PowerShell. If you're coming from Bash or a Linux background, it feels really awkward and weird until that one eureka moment where it all makes sense, and then it's golden. I actually prefer PowerShell to pretty much any Linux shell for a lot of reasons.
Really? So the more I've been, I use PowerShell quite a bit for like managing our Exchange tenant, because it's easier. Like the graphic interface is stupid. The Windows Admin Center, Microsoft Admin Center.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been just doing it in PowerShell because it's generally a lot easier to do that, to try and get like to do bulk actions there than try and do anything in the interface. And so it works real well for that. But I don't like PowerShell. But maybe I'm just not open-minded. We can go ahead and say that.
Well, you just got to get used to that object model that they have. I mean, everything is an object, and every object has methods and attributes, and that's how you. That's how it works.
I don't need Mike. I don't need you and Adam ganging up on me that I need to like get in with the now times.
Hey Adam, I tried, buddy.
Hey, it's a long fight.
Yeah,
marathon, Mike, marathon.
Yeah. All right.
You'll miss the joy of PowerShell 1 versus PowerShell 2. PowerShell 1 had a huge list of all the things it couldn't do.
Yeah, I think we're on
Did not
PowerShell
like it.
7 now. So, yeah.
Hey Nate, can I show Adam something? Can you indulge me for about 2 minutes?
Absolutely.
Let me show Adam something.
Yeah, show away.
Let me pull this up. Okay, you're gonna like this, Adam.
I hope so.
Let me see. Sure.
If I don't, I will never talk to you again.
Okay.
The stakes are high.
Okay. Deal. Okay. Can
I? What? Hang on. All right. Watching your stream.
Okay, check this out right here.
Wait 1 second.
Yeah. PowerShell support. He knows, Nate. He knows.
Oh,
okay.
Hold on.
Hey, hang on 1 second. I'm having some connection issues. It'll just start happening. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. It's not display. It's not displaying for me.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Maybe it knows you hate PowerShell.
It's called
Maybe
willful ignorance, Mike. Yeah.
And also, I added the columns are sortable now by whichever column you want to sort it.
There you go.
Cool.
I'm telling you, Nate, it does take a while. If you are so used to like Bash or ZSH or something like that, it does take a while to kind of get used to the verbosity of PowerShell. But man, is it so good. And a lot of the PowerShell commandlets do have like shorthand, right? So like invoke rest method, you just type IRM. You don't have to type the whole thing. Stuff like that. Like a lot of them do have. You can use like ls and stuff like that. That we would use on Linux, and it's ls just gets translated in an alias to get child item. But trust me, man. There's going to be a moment where you're going to use PowerShell, and the object-oriented nature is going to be like the bee's knees, and you're going to be like, I want every shell to be like this. And then you try new shell, and it's sort of that, but not quite. But that's a whole other thing.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and trust you on this one because yeah, not so sure about that. And I don't know if the stream is still going right now because I'm getting like the spinning wheel thing. Although I'm saying it's connected, I have no idea what's going on right now. So
I hear you just fine.
Yep. Same here.
And your video stream's working, and I see you. So
yeah. Well,
it's on the browser. Let's take a look.
Okay, so it's not working for me, but we'll just go ahead and just deal with it.
It's still streaming on YouTube.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. I can't see it, but anyway. Okay, now it's back.
Yeah.
We're running short on time here, but does anybody have another application that maybe we should look at? The Tiny Tool Town, very cool. I'm really glad you shared it with me. I'm going to be trying out that Winget. I know this is a Linux show, but I don't want to call myself an IT professional because it sounds snooty, but I do IT stuff all the time. So I'm paid for it. Anyway, thank you. Thanks for that, Adam. And I'll try and be a little more open-minded.
Yeah, all good, man.
Maybe.
I knew that was coming.
Nothing more open-minded than Linux users, right? Oh, wait a second.
Oh no, I never said I was open-minded. I said I'll try. So, Eric, did you have any cool applications you want to share?
You know what? I'm having so many stupid computer problems right now that, unfortunately, I had thought I would be able. The laptop that I've been using all week is not working right now, so I don't have anything. So, unfortunately,
it's all good. What about you, Dale? Anything exciting you want to share? A cool application?
My favorite application is KDE Connect.
Yeah, that's good.
What
I don't
functions
use
do
it
you
a
actually?
lot, but I like it.
So I do use it. I only use it with my phone. It's disconnected right now. But the KDE Connect is well, okay, it's not reachable right now. But KDE Connect is very cool.
Use it. I have it on every computer I have with my phone, and I can send files from any computer or my phone to any computer or my phone. It's a fabulous piece of software.
I like to use the
Like the
SMS
ability-
function.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, I do that too. Yep.
And then let's see this. I don't know why it's disconnected. Obviously, I'm
A
using
lot
a
of
lot.
people think you can only use it on KDE desktop. You can use it on any desktop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
That is a fact.
I'll tell you,
I like
being
it
able to
too.
text messages on your desktop is amazing.
I like it too. I had some problems with it. Like when it would try and upgrade itself, it would blub out basically and stop working. And I'd have to remove everything and reinstall, and then it'd start working. And that happened more than once. That's one reason I left it. But I loved being able to get SMS messages. That was awesome.
I also I stopped using it so much for notifications because my desktop would just get inundated with notifications, and that would get a little bit annoying. But that's really cool. Also, I think what's very neat about it is being able to use it as an input device, so like as a touchpad. So if you want to control your computer with a touchpad, super cool.
Mhm.
And yeah, no, there's so many neat things about KDE Connect.
I like
Yeah.
it if I'm watching a movie or something on the computer, run out to the kitchen to grab something, and I'm planning on coming right back, and I get stopped by somebody, I can pull out my phone and pause the video on my computer.
Yep. Yeah, it makes me think actually it'd be really neat to have like a set top plasma big screen device, or if they just actually put that on TVs, and then you can actually integrate KDE Connect into that. That would be awesome. It'll never happen.
Didn't the new version of KDE include like a big screen
Yep.
kind of version to the 6.7? Imagine like you could incorporate like KDE Connect with that to kind of use your phone as like the remote control for it.
So that the screen behind me, that's I do that on that screen actually. I put in big screen mode. The only trouble with the big screen mode is that it doesn't necessarily always go to sleep. Like right now, if I have it not in big screen mode, the computer will go to sleep after inactivity for a little while, like it'll hibernate or just sleep. And so then that makes the TV automatically shut off, so I can put something on when I fall asleep I can put like, my favorite thing is to put on somebody working on some old tech like soldering, because then that kind of calms me down, gets the dancing ghosts to stop dancing in my head, and then I can fall asleep. So, but anyway, yeah, KDE Connect, awesome, totally awesome tool.
I've been using a feature of Firefox a little more. I'm getting tab congestion on my main desktop where they get so many tabs I can't read them. So I send it to another PC with just a right click. You can do it either from a tab or from a link. And I'd known about it for years, but I just started using it a lot more in the last couple of weeks. Sort of spreading the wealth.
So I'm sorry, what is it called?
It's a send to. You right click on a tab or a link, and it'll give the host name of the computer to send it to.
Oh, right.
The only caveat is you have to have Firefox open and running on that machine for it to send. Uses the same back channel as their sync feature, I imagine.
Yeah, no, I've used that before too. So yeah, that's actually a very cool feature. I've used it quite a bit. So like, let's say I'm, if I'm like going from like here to my lab workstation, I can actually just send that link out to the lab, and then I can just keep working out there with it or whatever. Yeah, no, that is such a cool feature. I gotta see, is there a link to that, like an article or something?
I don't know. The other thing I've used forever is a Flatpak app called Input Leap, which is the successor to Barrier. It's a KVM software that basically gives you keyboard and mouse and a text clipboard that you can share across multiple computers on the same network.
So what's on Input Leap, you said?
Input Leap, yeah.
That's
at the link here. Hang on. I had it, then lost it.
I've been using one called Deskflow. Got that from Steve's very own. It's very similar.
Well, this is a successor to Synergy.
Yep, same.
It's
Deskflow must
freeware.
be. Yeah, Deskflow is the same thing. Now I'm curious. So you just now are setting me down a rabbit hole here.
And you have to open up port 24800 on UDP for it to work. But other than that, having the clipboard shareable between PCs and not having to have a keyboard and mouse for every computer is very valuable to me with a small desktop.
Absolutely.
Man,
so yeah,
the prospect of a good KVM 20 years ago was like catnip for me, because I always struggled with the stupid hardware ones with the control box and the giant parallel cables and like all that nonsense.
Or the round S connectors. Yeah. I threw out my box of that crap about a week ago. When you got to move from an 1,800 square foot house to a unknown size apartment, there's a lot of things you just have to give the heap ho. Like all my ISA expansion cards gone.
I know. I did that about 4 or 5 years ago. I had about 6 or 7 boxes of just, 28K baud modems and like it's just the most ridiculous stuff. It's like, yeah, this is never coming back.
Hey, Mike. Nate is having a small stroke in his left eye because of what you just said.
Yeah.
About throwing out ISA cards.
I did that. That actually, I felt I could feel like my left side stopped working there for a little bit. It was terrible. So not to poo-poo on you,
claim.
but if you need Wayland support, Deskflow is the better option. So I'm going to put that in the show notes as well under that same segment. So anyway, that was my big reason for not using Barrier or Synergy, was because I needed that Wayland goodness. So they're both, but they're essentially the same. So anyway, well, very cool. Well, it is 21:54 by my clock. I use a 24-hour clock because everybody should. Or 9:54 Eastern if you are not a 12-hour, if you're a 12-hour clock enthusiast. So it is time for us to get to housekeeping. Next week is a news flight night. So bringing news stories. We can talk about those. And then also the next Linux Saloon early edition will be on August 8th. So put that on your calendar, or you can use the Linux Saloon calendar. It's a Google calendar, so I know if you're privacy focused, you love Google. And there you go. If you have any suggestions, whether they are distribution, discussion, application appetizer, or poll ideas, send to suggestions at linuxsaloon.com. We can put those up. And all right, I think we are. Go ahead and hop into last call. I saw something just flip by here. Was it the successor to Barrier, which was a freeware successor to Synergy? Yes, that is true. So actually, I bought Synergy back in the day, long ago, about 10 years ago now. Heck, I probably learned about Synergy from Eric 10 years ago. Probably not, because I think with that, not quite that long ago.
Not that close, but yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been about when I was still interested in that technology, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll go ahead and hop into last call here. Last call for, not alcohol, but last call for Linux Salooning, I suppose. Do they have any projects that they have going on in their world that they wanted to share on the way out? Ben, I don't know if you had anything you wanted to, like, anything you're working on that you want to highlight on our way out the door.
I've been on kind of like a self-hosting binge lately, and one of the things
Beautiful.
I got working. One of the things I got working just recently is I got Chasm Workspaces up and running, which is like it runs in the web browser, but you can open up these like. It runs like Docker containers in the background, but you get like a whole like a pre-configured desktop in the browser with like basic apps and things.
Do you have a website or a channel or something you can share with the class?
Sure.
So it's like a container-based VDI type deal. If you're familiar with that, like a Citrix VDI or a thin client type thing, and all the desktops run in a container. It's pretty neat.
So I learned about it from Learn Linux TV, and I was not able to get it to work because for whatever reason, the only way I could describe it was every time I tried to make it work, it would like eat itself. But this is the first time it's run for over a week without crashing, so I assume it has something to do with the fact I put it in a LXC container instead of a full virtual machine. And let me try to share the screen here. Okay, so is it working?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so see, I got a few things I installed here. These are all containers, so if I were to, let's say, click one of these, say I want to do Alma, I'll just open up a new tab, hit launch session, and it will just give you a nice basic desktop, and it's got all kinds of things like basic text editors, file browser, stuff like that. And so it's a neat little tool. Like, I haven't really used it for much lately, but I found it useful when I'm working on like a project in my home, and I need like a little window to like access something on my local network. It's fun to be able to just pull up a little desktop and open up a web browser in here and just say like, okay, let me access that service I just launched. Didn't even think about how I was going to access it from the cafe.
So is this web? Is this cloud based or is this self-hosted?
This is self-hosted. This is running on my server right here, right next to me.
Oh, well, that's very cool.
Yeah, I finally joined the cool kids in the Proxmox club. So
nice. Well, that's pretty awesome. Now, do you have like a website or like a YouTube channel or anything like that?
I do have a website. Okay.
Just share that
It
link
is a
in
work
the.
in progress. It is
Everything
a work
is.
in progress, so don't expect much from it, but whoops.
You can put it in like the Discord chat
Am
or
I
something.
still here? I'm still here, right?
Yeah, you're still here.
Okay. Okay, so all right. So I just put it into the
Sweet. Make sure that link works here, so I don't put like a
that
bonus
one's
link in
an
there.
actual link.
All right. Sweet. Okay.
So
Awesome.
I do use Grav for it. I find Markdown a little easier to work with. So WordPress was kind of cumbersome. So
I got you. Well, thank you very much for that. That's pretty cool. Dale,
thank you.
what do you got going on?
I have decided to start making some YouTube shorts, and I'm basically going to take random distros or maybe something application or something like Agama, and just do this describes this thing in 3 minutes. So in other words, I've already uploaded the first one, Kaboom 2 in 3 minutes.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I think so.
Yeah. Then you kind of go through the process like a accelerated down and dirty. This is how you get going.
Yep, on that first one, there was a lot of editing involved, trying to cut a lot of information down to 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Well, imagine, yeah. Then you have it linked to like the full. Yeah, if you want to find if you instead of the skim milk version with the full fat, you can go and get that or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That's it.
Well, cool. Well, hey, thanks for sharing. And I do appreciate you being here. Eric, did anybody bother you about this? No, we talked about any like applications. What do you got going on?
Not much. I guess I'll be fixing my computer. Yeah, I ordered a new power supply because the other one had failed or was just barely able to keep it running. It was like at 2% and wouldn't charge any further. So I ordered a new one, just a cheapo one off Amazon, and it appeared to work. It charged to full several times and had been running for about a week or two. And now it's doing the same thing where it's at like 5% and holding but not charging. And I don't, the likelihood that the power supply went again seems low. I mean, you can always get a dud. It's just like it's a junk one. It's not like a good Dell one, but for it to be failing so soon, I don't know if that means that maybe the power connector is not, maybe starting to separate. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look.
Check your pins. Make sure they're not pulled away from the actual connector.
That's what I'm thinking, maybe, because it feels just loose enough that maybe something's going on in there. So it's like enough to get some of the current, but not like enough to, it's not like solidly connected. So,
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a good system. It's an XPS. Still hasn't, I think it's about maybe a 10th gen, 11th gen, something like that. I don't know. It's worth fixing. So it's really about the best system I still have. I'm using the Latitude now, which is still a nice system, but 8th gen. So it's a little bit of a slow dog. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll be doing that. And otherwise, yeah, it's probably about it. So
Cool. It's always unfortunate, like when you have like when it has only happened twice, but one time actually I broke my computer, my framework. It was I was extremely stupid. I was trying to clean out the fans because it was making a little bit of noise, and then I ended up breaking the fins on the fan. So yeah, it was dumb. I was Here's what I learned. Don't, even if you're holding the fans that keep from spinning, don't use too powerful of compressed air. That was it was just dumb. The nice thing is,
if you're
it was easy to
using
fix.
if you're using a compressor compressed air, that's hard. It's too much.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was too much.
Anyway,
So
the other thing.
Yeah, I was very, very dumb. What can you do?
It's fun to see how fast you can get it to spin, though.
Yeah, and then
before the
goes so fast,
explode.
you start throwing blades. That's when it's too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could take and try to plug in your fan while the computer's running and watch flames come out of the back of your hard drive. I've done that.
Well, I've never done that before, but I mean, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, it was a brand new 500 gig hard drive.
Oof.
Yeah.
That was back
painful.
in the day, though.
Yeah, 500 gigs is still 500 gig. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
all right. So, full scale for me, Mike. What do you got going on?
Boring stuff. The MX technical wiki is about 600 articles. I'd hidden about 100 that were certifiable antiques that were just no longer reflecting current reality. And now I'm going back through and resurrecting a few of them and making them current. So nothing exciting, but it's making it easier for the newbies who need information for the first time and don't have to get swamped with AI slop, as I call it. The AI, when it does well, does anywhere from slightly good to very good, but it also fails often too. So the users need a home base that's trusted. That's what I've been doing.
Well, that's fun. It's important work. I haven't. I've been pretty sloppy about my updating wiki on the OpenSUSE wiki. So updating articles, I should say, on the OpenSUSE wiki. I've been sloppy about pretty much everything, I think. But I'm glad you're doing the important work out there. So you say it may be boring, but I think it's vital because the AI has to process good information, and so you're providing that good information base for it to parse through. All right. PipDad, what you got going on besides running CacheOS?
Well, the first, currently I'm putting in my first split system AC heating system for a customer.
Okay.
And it's a learning experience.
Yes.
And
like a mini split?
Yeah, mini split. And the thing is, I will give a piece of advice for anybody that's thinking about it. Do not waste your time trying to find a cheap split system. At least go midway. Do not go with a lot of off brands because this one is a bit of an off brand and it's a little jinky. The person bought it through Home Depot, and
I call it Homeless Despot.
Yeah, Home Despot. Yeah, Homeless Despot. Okay. I would say if you're going to research and you're thinking about doing a split system, spend the extra money and get like a midway. And Mr. Cool is, I believe, the industry top of the line right now. So Mitsubishi was the original split system people that originally made them. They have them all over Europe and Asia and everything. But Mitsubishi, I guess, lately has been falling off and they don't have good quality anymore.
I think I have what's it, a Hitachi? No, maybe not.
Fujitsu.
Fujitsu.
Yep.
Either way, it's one of those. And it's been working great in my lab. Great for wintertime. The heat pump in the wintertime works great. And then summertime, Wintertime, I keep it about 65, in the summertime, I keep it about 75, 77, somewhere in there, because, I'm cheap. I am so cheap that when I drop a penny, especially now that they're discontinued, when I go to pick it up, it bangs me on the back of the head.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen people that do that? They literally throw change on the ground.
Me.
If someone threw change on the ground, I'd be really irritated with them.
I don't throw change on the ground, but a lot of times if I like hear it drop out of my pocket, what'll happen is I'll have my phone in my pocket and I'll have change in my pocket. And when I pull my phone out, the way the lip is on the case, it grabs the coin, and I'll pull my phone out and I'll hear the coin hit the ground, and I'll just keep walking.
Yeah, I mean that's accidental. That I get, but I literally watch people not even just throw it on the ground. Like I've watched somebody buy something and throw their receipt and change in the trash.
Oh,
and you're just like, man, okay, well, it must be nice to just have money to burn.
Well,
that's nuts.
Yeah, and I like doing
Honest
the
to
thing
goodness.
where I will pick up pennies off of the ground that are tails up.
Oh yeah, well,
Yep, because a lot of people are like, "Don't pick it up. It's tails up. Don't pick it up. You'll get hurt. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
prove them wrong.
Oh, I do.
I pick up change all the time. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, it's
Change
worth
is my
something.
go-to.
Yeah,
When
I see people toss them in this tray next to the thing, and I'm like, why did you put that there? And I just pick it up.
Oh,
Thanks.
I've got a bowl in the kitchen that I throw my change in, and I use it because since I'm retired and my money, like I just got paid Wednesday, and I'm now down to $500, and it was $1,700. My bills are paid, but now I have to figure out how to live on $500 for 4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the change does come in handy.
But the bill being paid, that's the important part. And I agree with you there. Like that part's done, then at least you can breathe a little bit easily.
Oh, my electric bill because of the heat for last month.
Oh yeah.
$347.
I know.
Highest bill I've ever
Car
had.
payment.
Now, a good source of change actually is there's like during Christmas, there's these dudes with bells, and they just have buckets of it, man. You just walk
switch
up
your
and
hand
you're
in
just like, thanks, man.
Just
Merry
push them
Christmas,"
over.
you know? Yeah.
That's
you don't
why
have to-
I've got a finger missing. I mean,
they're all really old, so they're not really going to stop you. So like,
what's this thing about old people all the time? Why do YouTubers that do Linux broadcasts pick on us old people all the time? I
It's
think
easy.
we should start an organization.
It's low hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's really easy. It's like, it's like taking candy from a baby. It's kind of the same thing.
I mean, we start out as a baby in diapers and slobbering and crying and eating mushy food, and I'm approaching that age where I'll be doing the same thing.
Sometimes it's just fun to have mushy food. Ice cream's a mushy food. Just keep that in mind. So it's not all bad.
Dreamsicles is my downfall. Yep.
Okay, not to sidetrack, but the orange creams. The orange creamsicles and the toilet paper tube thing. Those are still some of my favorites.
Oh, you mean push-ups? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
they're also called dreamsicles. Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I have to get some.
Yeah, I found the dreamsicle generic version through Blue Ribbon that you can get in Family Dollar. You can get 20 of them for $7.
Ooh.
I'm like, yeah, right. Every month.
I'd be afraid though if it's at Walmart, like it's probably not actually food. It's probably like some sort of a polymer that they have like frozen.
I don't go to Walmart.
Oh. Did you say? Well, I guess I'm hearing things apparently.
Family Dollar.
Family Dollar. Okay, it's probably the same thing. Well, cool. All right, Adam.
And Nate froze. There he is.
I froze.
Oh.
For a
He
moment.
must have been eating an ice cream.
Yeah, it must have been.
I think so.
Say, Adam. Anything you want to share? Any fun little on my way out tidbits?
well, I've been playing with WSL2 containers. So it's a native WSL2 container engine instead of using Docker.
All right.
They have similar commands and similar interfaces to Docker, but instead of having to run like Docker Desktop on top of WSL2, you can just have native containers within WSL2.
Nice.
And so I've been able to use those with dev containers and VS Code to great success. That's been pretty fun. And at work, we're building an Azure / Microsoft Foundry AI stack. So that's been really fun because we have a lot of data requirements and stuff. So we have to put various bits in the stack to manipulate data, de-identify things, etc. That's been a lot of my time as well.
Nice. Well, I mean, it's sometimes those things that are really satisfying that are the best.
Pretty fun. It's nice to branch out into new things, flex the muscles a bit.
Yep. I got to do a lot of that, good and bad and otherwise. And it's like sometimes in the middle of it, I'm not very happy about it. But when you get through the other side, I'm like, oh, that was all right.
Yeah. And then you get to add it to the resume for the next job.
That's right. Except I'm going to retire from this one, I think. Not anytime soon. I'm just saying, like, that's what I'll probably do. I like it that much. Oh, cool. Well, thanks for being here.
Those are mainly the things I'm working on. Yep.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Jinda.
Yes, Nate.
I didn't actually ask you for an application. I feel bad about it because, like, Angry IP Scanner you gave me some years back, and that's been one of the best ever.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So, I don't know. I'll pop it up on the screen here real quick. But Angry IP Scanner this is what Jinda gave me, and it's been the best tool for scanning a network. Just like a real quick.
Actually,
quick tool.
Works.
I just love that it's angry.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know why it's angry though.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter, but it works for me.
I like that too. Maybe I should rename all my open source projects to start with presumptuous.
Presumptuous Marklight?
Yeah, there you go.
or maybe Angry Markdown Writer.
Hey, branding works, man.
The angry line.
It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to catch your attention.
Yeah. Yep. Well, if you had anything you want to throw in there, Jinda, but thanks for being here.
No, not really. I've been just doing the same nerd stuff I always do.
Good, bad, or otherwise, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, really do appreciate you being here. So, thanks.
Oh, thanks.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
You got any kind of any parting thoughts? That's THOUGHTS.
Yeah. I picked up a Lenovo ThinkPad T440S 20AQ from a client this week for $100. It has a I think it's 6th or 7th generation i7. Had 8 gig. I put 12 in it and pulled out the mechanical drive and put a SSD in it. And it is very, very similar in speed to my Lenovo Carbon 11th gen.
Really?
Yeah. Just doing those two things helped it tremendously. So I feel like I won the lottery this week. So, because those are generally hard to find machines to begin with, and this one was in really good shape. So,
I think it was, I don't know what it was, but there's something where maybe it was because of you, but I started looking at ThinkPads, and there's a bunch of them, like not for very expensive on eBay, like $200 for a T series, I think it was. And it's like, I don't need it, but like I want it. I didn't buy it.
Yep.
Because I don't need it. but I wanted it, and I don't know if that's a sickness, is that a debilitating issue that I'm struggling through. But like, there's just sometimes when you just see something, it's like I want it. I you know.
It's the shiny factor. That's what it
Is
is.
it? But ThinkPads aren't even
Yeah.
shiny.
Yeah, I know, but metaphorically speaking.
Oh, okay.
But I was really surprised. I mean, I went out and looked because I've been looking for one to have as a spare to test things on and so forth.
Yeah.
And I was just really impressed with it. I was really impressed with the performance of basically I think that's about a 2017 machine. So yeah, it's
to me
pretty
that's
good.
still brand new.
Yeah, I mean it's an i7 3.3 gigahertz 4-core processor. So
Well, the math you have to do there is that it was built in 2017 for Windows.
Right.
So it had to be overpowered in the first place, and so now, even though it's been close to 10 years, it's still going to run Linux well.
Yep. And it's heavy too, buddy. My Lenovo Carbon's about half the weight of it, but and they're about the same size. But it's a neat little toy. Yeah, I was really happy to pick that up. I picked up some memory to kick it from 8 to 12 for like $39. And I just happened to have a 500 gig SSD laying around, so I did it to it.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. That's all I got going on this week. I did some changes to Prompt Robot I showed you.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to testing that out. Have you published it or not yet?
Yeah, it's published.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah. I was using Gentoo as my tester, but I've got AI set up with Claude Code to do my testing now, and
but
it
Gentoo's
does almost as good a job.
I probably won't do as good a job at Gentoo. Gentoo is probably one of the best at finding the flaws in things. He finds the crack and cracks and exploits it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a superpower.
I just hate to bother him. That's the main thing. So.
I'm willing
I don't
to do it.
I don't ever hate to bother him. It's like, who can I bother today?
But check out promptrobot.app, and it's a neat little tool if you have to do system administration and want to save all those obscure command line tasks in one place and execute them. And it now supports PowerShell along with Bash. So
there's a feature
PowerShell for Linux. Yeah, PowerShell for Linux. I'm going to clarify that.
Is there a difference?
Slightly, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll be in the show notes too.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yep. All right. Well, I have a website called... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say one last thing. I try and say this every time, but I forget it sometimes. I want to thank you again for hosting this show. We all have a great time here. And if it wasn't for you, man, we would, we'd all just be looking at each other. So
right. You have better lives, doing fun things, going on a Saturday night, maybe, raising the roof, partying, woo.
Hey, man,
that's not
we're doing that right now. So
going to a real saloon as opposed to a Linux saloon.
I am going out for ice cream with my change at the convenience store.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Change you pick up off the ground.
Oh, that too.
Fitness trainer.
Whatever it takes. All right. Well, I have a website called keepinglate.com. I do things. I wrote an article on the hybrid atomic setup that I did, which might be clickbaity, but don't care. Also, this last week, I was on the Linux Cast on Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday. It was a live stream. That was fun. So you can check that out. You can listen to it or you can watch it, and then you can think, all the kinds of bad thoughts about me. But it was a good time.
Yeah.
And yes, I want to thank you all for your support. I redo it, being a part of the conversation, both the this Discord voice chat or YouTube or however you do it, as well as everyone who watches the Shred with Fact. Thank you very much for that. Also, thank everyone involved in making the Linux and open source tools possible for us to not only have this conversation, but also to have fun and enjoy technology. Linux truly puts personal back in a personal computer. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure to tip your developers, and please remember to Linux responsibly. Until next time, we will see you. So,
Adios, Pilgrim.
it's a news flight night next week. I'm waiting for the credits to roll. They go by too slow. I need to fix that. I'll put that. I'll fix that for next time. All right. Thank you very much. See you.